Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Jay Cartere, and in this video I'm gonna be sharing my Genji hero guide and be teaching you guys how to play better with Genji. So Genji is a cyber ninja. He is the brother of Hanzo, and he is a pretty good hero to play. Well, they're all pretty good heroes, so I don't want to, every hero in Overwatch is valuable, and every hero, if you're good with them, is extremely useful. Genji is very agile, and you have to use his agility to your advantage. There's a good way to play Genji, and I'm gonna go through that now. So Genji is super agile. He has double jump, and he can also climb up walls, which is great for getting into hard to reach spaces and staying away from your enemy, and hitting them from places that they don't expect, because you don't want to be up in your enemy's face with Genji. It's just not going to work out for you. When fighting an enemy, I suggest jumping as much as possible to make yourself a difficult target to hit and disorient them. I do that quite a lot, and it usually keeps you alive for a sustained amount of time, but it does make it very difficult to aim with him. So yeah, you gotta get good with aiming with his shurikens, which we'll get onto later because that is his main weapon. So you want to play Genji like the ninja assassin he is. You want to be sneaky, you want to flank the enemy team and strike from behind. Do not be afraid to run away. Do not get onto the front lines of combat. You are not a tank. Genji can be taken out really easily. You don't want everyone to know where you are. You want to be an annoyance, kind of like Tracer, but his movement speed is nowhere near as agile as Tracer's is, because she can teleport, which is just on another level. But you generally want to flank and attack your enemies from behind or from above where they're not expecting you to be. Genji's best ability for me is his Deflect ability. This allows you to deflect incoming projectiles at whatever you're facing, and you use that by pressing R1. See, when I first started using Deflect, I thought that it would just automatically deflect it at the person who was shooting me. But no, it does not. It deflects exactly where you are facing. So if someone is shooting you from kind of, a diagonal angle to the left, and you deflect and you're just deflecting, right, because you're trying to run away or something, it won't deflect it back at him, and you'll be wasting your deflection, because when your deflection runs out, that person will shoot you in the face. So be sure to actually deflect at someone, at least, even if it's not the person who's shooting at you. Deflect at his friend or something like that. Just deflect at a person, unless you've got really low health and you're just deflecting for the sake of trying to stay alive, then that's fair enough. But you can basically deflect most enemies' bullets back in their face. This is great to use when in close quarters, and it's great to use at medium distance. Now Genji's next ability is Swift Strike. Swift Strike is a good ability to finish enemies off or to escape from a bad situation. It also recharges immediately if you eliminate someone with the move. You can also use the Swift Strike, my bad, to get to hard to reach places in conjunction with your double jump. So this adds another layer to your agileness and your ability to reach hard to reach places. For example, I think one time when I was streaming and playing as Genji, I forgot what the map is. I forgot what the map is called, my bad. But basically there was some place on the map which is really difficult to get to, and I think loads of people have done this with Tracer or something. You go around the side of the map and you jump to a specific place, but it's really hard to do. Well, you can't do it with anyone else except for people who are agile, and I used his Swift Strike and his double jump to get around this part of the map, because they had locked down a choke point with a turret and a bastion, and there was just no hope around there. So I used Genji's hyper agility to get round and flank the enemy and come up on their flank and shoot them from behind, which is what you want to do with Genji. You want to be finding different opportunities to get around your enemy. You don't want to just go through choke points, because you will get shredded in choke points. Your hit points are on 200, which is, it's average for most assault, offense class heroes, but yeah, it's no good. It's no good. You will get murdered real quick, and you have no ability to heal yourself, so you really want to stay away from damage. Genji's weapon of choice is his shuriken, which is pretty good. They do massive damage in my opinion. I haven't looked at the stats and whatnot, but yeah, they do pretty good damage if you can hit your enemy. They're a little difficult to aim, and they're not hit scan weapons, so they are projectiles, and you know, they do have some travel time, and if you kind of, you know, move while you're shooting them, they won't go all in the one place. So if you kind of, you know, shoot them while looking to the left or rotating to the left, it will kind of go in a arc to the left. And yeah, they are a little difficult to aim, especially if you're jumping about trying not to get hit. So hitting unsuspecting enemies from afar is definitely the best way to take people out. His alternate fire throws 3 shurikens in an arc, which you can do with the normal fire, but this just definitely does it every single time, and it just throws them in a nice clean arc, which is good for, you know, hitting multiple enemies and that sort of stuff. But generally, as Genji, you shouldn't be fighting multiple enemies, and personally, I don't believe you should be, and I personally never use this ability at all. Like, I just, you know, focus on one person and try to assassinate a high value target at once. I don't try to, you know, go after 3 targets, which I think is mad, because you got like 200 hit points, and once you start hitting someone, they kind of, you know, are going to look around to find where you are, and that kind of, you know, messes with your whole gameplay as Genji, because you want to be stealthy, so you want to take one person out at a time. So if they find out where you are, they're dead, and hopefully they don't communicate with their team, and usually people don't on PS4 because not a lot of people are using mics. So you kill that person, and then you kill the next person, and then you keep it going like that, or you just run away. And yeah, it is good to use if your opponent is on low health and you're like really crap at aiming, and you really just want to get one shuriken in their face. The alternate fire does help out with that. To be honest, yeah, I've never really found it to be useful at all, so I don't know if you want to use it. Genji's ultimate is a Dragon Blade. He basically takes out his sword and can easily decimate squishy heroes. It usually takes like 1 to 2 strikes to take them out. If they're on low health, it will take 1 strike. I think it's generally 2 strikes, yeah. But if you combo it with the Swift Strike, then that will be pretty good. You can like hit them once and then Swift Strike, and then hopefully you get the elimination, which will recharge your Swift Strike, and then you can hit someone else and then Swift Strike, which will recharge it. And you can also use your Deflect ability whilst you're in this mode. I think it lasts for like 6 seconds, which is, you know, the usual with what's it called, with, no, it lasts 8 seconds, my bad, which is, yeah, I don't think that's the usual with ultimate. Some last 6, some last 8, so I don't know what's the usual, to be honest. But this is best to be used when you are behind your enemies, which is generally when you should be attacking at all times, and when you can catch them unaware, as you can still be murdered pretty quickly. It doesn't make you invulnerable, it doesn't give you more health, it doesn't give you more armor. All it does is give you a sword, which is easier to hit people with than your shurikens, and you need to get pretty close to use it, which is generally not the best place for Genji to be, because he is pretty squishy, and your best bet to get rid of people is to stay far away. So any move that gets you really close, I generally don't like it with Genji. But if you're good with him, then you can, you know, get good with this ability, and you can use it to your heart's content. So yeah, that is my guide for Genji. I hope this helped you out. Please hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Be sure to subscribe, as I'll be putting out loads more Overwatch tip videos. If you want to check out the rest of my Overwatch tip videos, you can click on the playlist on the screen. And yeah, if you want to leave a comment down below, let me know more tips for Genji, or, you know, what you think and all that sort of stuff for the community. Also, leave comments down below to let me know what other hero guides you want, and what other tips and tricks videos you'd like me to make. And if they're good and I haven't done them already, I will definitely make a video of that and give you a little shout out. So thanks guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long.